Okay, so this is where it gets kind of complicated, and once again, I'm just looking for you guys understanding the process of it. This sideways rectangle, we're going to sketch the solid produced by rotating it around the given axis. So everything rotated around an axis is going to give you a form of a circular object, a 3D object that has a circle within it, because if you are rotating something around axes, you are creating a circle or a circular 3D object, okay? So this first one we talked about, if you have a rectangle and you rotate it around a set of axes, you are going to create a cylinder. So for A, I've got my side lengths of 4 and my width, or height in this case, is 9 inches, or units, centimeters, whatever. We're just going to call it units. So I have your first step is to build your axis. So that's what I did with the red line. Then I put 2 dots on there to signify my 9 inches apart. That's going to determine my height of 9, okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 straight lines out that have a length of 4. Now I'm labeling it 4. You don't have to pull out a ruler or a protractor and make sure it's perfect 4. I'm labeling it 4. Then I need to do my top piece, which my top piece is going to cover that. Now envision circling it around this axis. This is the top and this is the bottom. These straight pieces that are labeled 4, those actually become your radius. So those are not as relevant once you draw it around, but that will help us determine what our shape looks like around. Okay, so when we do this, we create a cylinder. So what I can now do is I can draw in my circles, which that is not a circle. Let's do that again. Obviously, this is like a flatter way to look at it, okay? And then you've got your base one, and that's hidden behind. And then you go ahead and you draw and you connect your lines from the 2 edges. And that right there, if you turn your screen, squint your eyes and look, it's 2 perfect circles, and it rotated around. You can follow the path of rotation all the way around back to the front, and that creates a cylinder. So what are the pieces of the cylinder? Well, 4 is my radius, and 9 now becomes my height. If you turn your screen 90 degrees or you flip it over, you can see the upright version of how the length is, how the height is 9 and the radius is 4. Okay, I think that one's one of the harder objects. B, if you look at it, B is not going to be as hard, because what we can do is we can envision a triangle, and then it's got a circle. It goes in a circular direction. So we're going to be looking at some form of a cone. So if you saw the way I drew that, that's 2 lines and then a circle around the base. So I can go ahead and just take that piece out, draw it there, and then that 2 is going to be our radius of our circle all the way around. That's the solid facing the outside, and then that dashed line is what's behind it. And I didn't even redraw it or anything. That's our new object, our new cone in this case. So it's a cone. The radius is 2 and the height is 5. Okay, once again, I am not looking for your artiste side to come out. I'm wanting to make sure that you guys understand how these pieces are broken apart. If you had me in the in-person class at the first day of the unit, so that's my Wednesday, Thursday in-person kids, we kind of broke down the volume and the area formulas to see the different pieces of 2D objects that we see in there. So for instance, the volume of a cone has the area of a circle in it because there is a circle in the bottom. So certain things like that, I hope will help you connect. Once again, visit page A95 if you need to see the different 3D objects and 2D objects, volume, perimeter, area for all of them. All right, That's it for this one, and we're gonna move on to the next piece.